Or watching?
No, no. It'll tell us here if anybody's watching us up there in that corner. And yeah, things are opposite because I pointed over here, but my finger went over there. But I think those are illustrations you can put on.
Okay.
Yeah, just things I don't need to know about. So,
Things
yeah.
I don't know about.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me what you know about drive-in worship, and tell me what you know about being a pioneer church.
I know there are a lot of restrictions for drive-in worship, and we really didn't have much interest from our members to do drive-in worship, and we are not doing drive-in worship.
Okay. Are we going to be a pioneer church?
We are not a pioneer church.
And
Those are some brave souls.
they are. What is a pioneer church?
Our church had to have permission to, like from the bishop or their DSs, they had to get permission to open for services with a limited number of people, meeting all sorts of restrictions, whether it was disinfecting or social distancing. It was a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And when do the pioneer churches begin worship, and when can churches that have drive-in worship begin drive-in worship?
I know drive-in worship can start this Sunday, the 24th, and maybe it's the following Sunday or sometime June for the
24th?
for the Pioneer
Yeah,
Church. Okay.
Yeah, what the pioneer churches are, and all this was explained in a letter from the bishop that forwarded to our email list on May 9th. Pioneer churches are churches that agree to open this coming Sunday with 25 or fewer in worship. And I don't know of any churches, some in King George, or well, on the Rappahannock River District, were expressing interest. Whether anyone went through with it or not, I don't know. No one that I have spoken to was interested in our being a pioneer church. But it is operating starting this coming Sunday with in-person worship, following all those guidelines, all those things in the handbook that we've got 2 revisions of now. And I sent out the first revision 2 days ago. I'm going to send out the second revision tonight when I send out the link from the Ascension Day service, because I was kind of holding off. There might be another revision. So, because as soon as as soon as I sent out the 53-page version, boom, the 66-page version came. So the church should have the 53-page version, but I'm going to send out the second revision tonight. But yeah, all this is to keep us safe, and that's why. Do you know what some of the requirements were for drive-in worship?
You had to stay in your car. If you had a convertible, it had to be closed. You couldn't have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was singing allowed at drive-in worship.
Yeah, singing allowed.
Maybe not at Pioneer worship.
Not in in-person worship. No singing in in-person worship, because droplets can be projected 27 feet by someone who's singing. So
parking had to be like a blank, an empty space between the cars.
Yeah, and I think that's why
not to get out to go to the bathroom in the building. Stay in your car. It was a lot.
I think that's why even people who had expressed interest initially in drive-in worship were like, no, it's just too complicated. Logistics is a word that's been used a lot. So no, Trinity's not going to be a pioneer church. No, we're not going to have drive-in worship unless somebody expresses interest in it. We might reconsider it. Now what people in the church have said, having looked at the guidelines, is they really don't want to open or reopen for in-person worship until we get to
Phase 3.
Yeah, stage 3. So we're a ways down the pike from that. We have to clean the church first, and that's why we are forming a healthy church team. Got about 8 people in it so far, I think. Responses, but we'll start talking soon about how and when we're going to clean the church. How old can you be if you're going to help clean the church?
Less than 65.
Less than 65. We have to be mindful of that when it comes to the actual cleaning of the church, and that'll take volunteers. So I will send out the more recent revision tonight when I send out the link after the Ascension Day service is online. But please look that over. If you have any questions, you are interested in being a drive-in church, let us know that. Right now the answer seems to be no. But yeah, please read over that, see what all the precautions are, know what's behind them. I mean, I've got at least 5 stories that I can send people of churches that opened what they think was too quickly, and now they're closed because people have gotten sick and have died. Better safe. So that's the knowledge and the wisdom, I think, working behind the plan to stay closed until stage 3 gets here. But we got to clean the church first. We've got a lot to pray about. Look for the newest revision tonight and keep everything in prayer. And let us know what you think. Okay?
Have a great weekend.
I know, all that said, have a great weekend. Sunday we're looking at Ephesians 1:15 through 23, which talks about our hope in Christ and our inheritance in Christ and coming to know God better through Christ. So indeed, have a good weekend and be prayerful. And you know what? Be hopeful. Okay? Be hopeful. Thanks.